here, I did have some requests about some basic pistol marksmanship, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm going to be showing you how to do today. I'm going to be covering everything from your grip to your draw to even a couple of speed reloads. Okay. First thing you want to be doing is whether you're using gloves or not. You'll notice I am. Okay. What I did was, these were actually pretty expensive gloves. These are like $100 gloves or Oakley's. I just took a knife and I cut off my trigger finger and I cut off my thumb. Why? Because I don't like having those two parts of my hand covered up whenever I'm dealing with firearms, my trigger finger especially. 85% of shooting, though, is shooter's preference, so that's all up to you. So yeah, there you go. Okay. So for all intents and purposes, yeah, let's just get into it. First thing that you're going to want to do, okay, is when you're getting a good high grip, okay. Got your pistol, okay. It is clear, okay. You want to get a good high grip, okay. And essentially you're just going to be coming up onto the tang of your pistol right here, okay. What that is, you want this webbing between your firing finger, between your trigger finger and your firing thumb, to get as high up onto that tang as possible. It really helps out if you have an aftermarket beaver tail, even 1911s, Springfield XDs, anything with a grip safety is going to be able to allow you to make that higher purchase for you. Okay. So there you go. You got your nice high grip. Okay. We're always going to keep our fingers straight and off the trigger at all times, right? The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to keep our firing thumb in that kind of elevated position. You can see where it's not along the frame of the firearm. Okay, it's still kind of headed on out. Okay, and here's why. We're not going to cross our thumbs. We're not going to overlap our thumbs. Okay, but what you'll be able to see is right here along the grip. Maybe you'll be able to see that. I don't know. It's kind of dark with my black gloves on there. I have a little bit of a curve. It's a natural curve with my firing hand. Okay. Now what we're looking for is that padding in your non-firing thumb on the palm, okay? Essentially right there, okay? And all we're going to do is we're going to take the padding and we're going to wrap it onto that glove, or onto that curve, okay? Onto the actual handle of the pistol itself, okay? We're going to make sure that we have a nice knife hand, okay? In our non-firing hand. That way we can just slide the grooves of our fingers along the knuckles with our firing hand. Okay, so it should look something like that. Okay. Now I still got my thumb up there. It's just kind of out in la la land. All we're going to do is just lay it down onto our non-firing thumb. Okay. Now I get a lot of questions in my shop sometimes. You know, how aggressively do you want to grip the pistol? And in all honesty, you want to grip it as much as you would a shotgun or a bullet gun or semi-automatic, whether it be a Mini 14, a Mini 30, you know, an AR-15, AK, you know, what have you. Just a good solid business handshake. You know, you don't want to be sitting there, you don't want to be gripping it out like a lot of first-time shooters will do. They're a little bit afraid of that firearm. But you also don't want to be so lax on it to where you're going to have issues cycling the firearm. Okay. You won't really have issues cycling a revolver with a weak grip, but it might come back and hit you, especially with the revolver type calibers such as the 357, the 44, the 45 Colt, so on and so forth. Okay. So with that being said, we got our nice good grip. Okay. That's what that looks like. Okay. Coming right at the camera. That's what that looks like. Okay. Over here, that's what that looks like. Alright, so now we're going to show you how to properly draw your firearm. Okay. For all you lefties out there, for all you wrong-minded people, do the opposite of what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so we're going to break down in 3 different stages. Not called anything fancy, it's just stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Okay. Whether, you know, this goes for whether you're drawing from the conceal, whether you're doing a pistol competition, if you're doing a tactical competition, if you're just out there at the range and you're just trying to train. Okay, it's all going to go the exact same way. Okay. Your first stage is going to be stage 1. Okay, Now what you want to do is with your left hand, or rather with your non-firing hand, your right hand for all you lefties, you want to put that on your chest. You got your stomach, it can be up here, it can be on top of your head. Don't do that. But you want to get it out of the way. You want to know where your non-firing hand is at all times. Last thing you want to be doing is be drawing your pistol, have your non-firing hand out here and start slinging rounds down range. And then boom, there goes your knuckle, boom, there goes your hand, depending on what kind of caliber you're shooting. Okay, for everybody who wants to conceal a 500 Smith & Wesson, good luck. All right, so that's your non-firing hand. Okay. Next, you want to get that high, firm pistol grip, like I just said. Okay. So the beaver tail is what we're going to be getting. So our non-firing, or rather our firing hand, beaver tail is going to be sitting right here in the webbing between our trigger finger and our firing thumb. Okay. Well, that's not it. We also need to get into proper shooting stance. Okay. Now our shooting stance, okay, is with our legs. It's going to be about shoulder width apart. Okay. Your non-firing foot is just going to be a little bit forward of your firing foot. Okay. A little bit of bend in the knees, and your butt's going to be down. For all those of you who played baseball before, or like done a little bit of boxing, it's like a modified boxer stance. Okay. So that's the entire position one. Okay, so here it is, position one. Simple as that. You'll notice I got down, I got my butt down. I know where my firing, or I know where my non-firing hand is, and I know where I got my good pistol grip. Okay. So position two, this is going to be your make or break stage. Okay. If there ever was one, this is going to be your most important stage. This is going to be that stage where you're going to be able to get that perfect grip in order you to start slinging down rounds down range. Okay. Now you'll notice when I do this, my firearm is going to be in towards my body. It's not going to be out here. Okay. And here's why. Okay. So we go position one, position two. Okay. And that's where we're at. I'm still in my good stance. I'm still looking down range. I still have my targets in my sights. I'm still looking at who my threat is, whether it's a piece of paper or I do have to become an active shooter. Okay? And there we are. Now, the transition to position three. You don't want to be swinging your arm up. Okay? You just want to be pushing out into your target. Okay? So here's what the entire thing looks like. Okay? Position one, position two, position three. Simple as that. I came up right on my sights. I know where everything is. I have both eyes open. I can survey for other targets around me. And that's how we do that. Okay? So here's the entire thing just one more time. Okay? From my left. Position one, position two, position three. Cool. On my right, position one, position two, position three. Simple as that. Super simple. Okay. I am an NRA instructor. I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm not being facetious. I just kind of know what I'm doing. I don't know a lot of what I'm doing. Practice makes perfect, though. The more you do this, the better your shots are going to be, the better your groupings are going to be, the tighter things are going to be. Okay? So that being said, when I say this, I mean, you need to practice. Shooting is a decaying skill. I do recommend that for all you shooters out there, you need to spend the $15, $18 it is, whatever, for your 9mm ammo, whatever kind of caliber you have, the 40, the 45, the 380, what have you. Buy 50 rounds. Go to the range every week. Okay, it takes about 20 minutes to sling 50 rounds down range, if that. Okay, yeah, it can get a little bit expensive, but you're going to be progressing in your skill. Okay, you're going to be getting a lot better. Your grouping is going to be getting a lot tighter. Okay. So that's how you properly draw and get a good high purchase and start punching out. Next, we're going to show you how to do a speed reload. Okay. As I did say in my previous couple of segments, shooting is shooter's preference. It is a shooter's preference sport. 85% of shooting is your individual preference. So really, when I'm talking to you guys about this, these are really helpful tips and tricks that I've learned in my shooting experiences that might become beneficial to you. So with that being said, here's some tips and tricks on how to do a speed reload. Okay. Whenever you come into a shooting situation, whether you be in a competition shooting or you might have to become an active shooter, okay, you want to make sure that your magazines are free and clear of any obstructions. Okay, now, I just did that with mine. Okay, you notice I do have a clip, or I do have a flap right there over my magazine. I did not just call it a clip. Stop thinking that. You got an empty mag right there. Okay, that's the one I'm going to be using. Okay, make sure that all your mags are facing the exact same way. Simple as that. Something as easy as, hey, let's face them all forward. That way I know exactly how to get that guy into my gun. Okay, or turn it the other way. That way you can just pop, boom, there you go. I personally like to have all my mags facing to my rags. Okay, even my AR mags. Okay, boom, there you go. Simple as that. So, with that being said, I am all nice and safe and clear again. Okay, so I'm out there at the range, and I'm just popping away. Okay, and then my slide gets locked back because I'm out of rounds. Now, I don't just want to come in and start fumbling, okay, and then that is just way too much effort, okay. This mag is done, okay. It's done, it's useless, you can't use it anymore, there's no more bullets in it, so why are you going to sit there and you're going to try to protect it, okay. Doesn't matter who makes your mags, you know, Glock, Megar, CMC, the Sig Sauer mags, okay, they're designed to be dropped. Okay, unless you're like a 12-foot tall dude, you know, like for the one 12-foot tall dude I got watching this video, like, what's up, dude? How you doing? They're designed to be dropped. Simple as that. Okay, you can drop them into dirt, you can drop them into water, you can drop them into a creek, you can drop them into sand. Just make sure you clean them out. Simple as that. Okay, you're out there, you're shooting, you're gonna have to clean stuff anyways. Just have fun with it. Okay, so essentially, we got this guy. And we're all out of rounds, okay? The best way to tell is I just kind of pop my firearm just up real quick. I got my slide lock to the back. You can see my exposed barrel right there. I'm out of rounds. Simple as that, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start twisting my hand, or my gun, and my firing hand. Drop my mag. I come out with my next mag, okay? I'm still watching down range though, okay? So I'm looking at everything I'm doing with my pistol and my peripheral vision. Just come up right there, stick it in, slide goes forward, and I'm back on target. Now the reason why I want to do this is what happens if my target ducks behind cover again, okay? Or what happens if one of his buddies just comes up behind me, okay? So that being said, let me snag my mag back again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm over here engaging a target. For all intents and purposes, we're going to be talking about competition. Okay, hopefully nobody ever has to become an active shooter in any kind of situation. So over here, I have one target. I'm out of rounds, but because I'm shooting with both eyes open, I just come back, get rid of one mag, and boom, there we are. Does that make sense? Awesome. I'm using my light to find my mag after I drop it. That nice little satisfying little clunk that you hear, that's my mag dropping. Simple as that. I don't care. You know, if it breaks, it's 30 bucks. It's 30 bucks. Simple as that. Okay? Not only that, but I got 6 more of them to replace them. Okay? So, here's what the entire thing is supposed to look like, okay? Should be entertaining doing this in the dark. I don't train in the dark. I don't like it. I don't feel safe doing it, but I'm not using any live rounds. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm out here firing. boom, back on target. Simple as that. Well, there you go. Practice makes perfect, right? Make sure you guys are using either the snap caps or dummy rounds, okay? Or even some used brass. You can even use used brass whenever you're training, okay? Don't ever train like this using live ammunition. That's how accidents happen. Be safe out there, okay? Be safe. Thanks, guys.
Bang, 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 bang. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Bullet, bullet gun.